Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so the campaign officially begins today. A little bit odd to say the least. The 2024 general election, I guess, is starting 3 months ahead of the election. It's a last-minute intensive election rush before election day. And so obviously both candidates need to get into a real groove here. That's the Kamala campaign and the Trump campaign. Both of them have to get into a groove, find their messaging, and they've got 3 months to do it. The only issue for the Kamala campaign is the Trump camp's already in full long stride mode. Meanwhile, Kamala's going for a cold start. Folks, the Trump machine has been working. The engine is hot and running at operating temperature. Sure, there's been big Kamala buzz, but the cultural movement that is Trump continues. That's part of the campaign. I've been calling it the normalization of Trump. The strategy is still in effect. He's no longer playing the mainstream media's game as they constantly try to seek and destroy him. No, rather, he's taking to independent media to kind of set the tone himself. It's likely to continue working. And here we go, another massive viral event as Donald Trump partners up with kick streamer Adin Ross in a record-breaking live stream on the platform. Sure, Kamala's got all this phantom enthusiasm that's been manufactured, and we're certainly seeing it affect the push polls. But what is Kamala Harris really doing to push the message or to push culture? The answer to that is nothing. She hasn't left the basement. Meanwhile, Trump's doing stuff like this. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so the left is obviously seething. They're trying to discredit and discount this event. The headlines are pretty much exactly what you might expect. Trump dances with far-right streamer. Courts youth vote by again promising to save TikTok from Kamala Harris. Yeah, apparently Adin Ross is now far-right. Adin Ross, from my understanding, is just your typical Gen Z normie hypebeast kind of guy. He's your average online entertainer that all the kids are into, but I guess he did an event with Donald Trump, so now he's alt-right. You know exactly how that goes. I'm not even sure that Adin Ross has an actual developed political opinion, but he's giving Trump a platform, so I guess he must be Adolf Hitler. Because as we know, if you have a platform, you're only allowed to open that platform to leftist-approved figures, otherwise you're committing some sort of thought crime. You know, Hillary Clinton can do her Hollywood promo shoots, driving in the car and singing with her vapid celebrity bots, but the moment Trump does it, oh, it's so disgraceful. No, this, my friends, is copium. Adin Ross is not a far-right YouTuber. He's just a guy with a platform, and this event wasn't some dirty fascist call to action. No, it was, as it usually is with Trump, quite wholesome.
And she is, look, she couldn't even pass her law exam. She couldn't pass her bar exam. And I'm not saying that because I know other people didn't pass their bar exam, but she thought she'd never be able to pass it. And this is who we have running our country. It's a shame. She's ultra-left, ultra-radical. I just see where 99 vicious terrorists, when she was, I guess, Attorney General, because she was Attorney General of California, she destroyed California. Her policies have destroyed California. Her policies, when she was the district attorney, have destroyed San Francisco. San Francisco was the best city in our country 20 years ago, and now it's, you know, not even. This is another good. Today, and my son Barron says hello. He's a great young guy, but he's a big fan of yours.
What's up, Barron? Yeah, Barron's awesome. He's a great kid.
Boy.
Right. You know, Mr. President, I do want to say, first of all, you took a bullet for everyone in this room, everyone watching, everyone. The reaction that you gave. Now this is cool.
That's very good.
I've never even seen you in a car before.
Not too many. that's look at the playlist, huh?
This is your playlist.
It's a good, yeah.
Your team picked out.
Yeah.
You want to pick a song? Let's test out this
so
sound
system. Let's try.
By the way, do you like my buddy Felix's shirt?
I love that.
Felix, by the way, Mr. Trump.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, you got the grills on.
I like that. Hey, I know. That's what I noticed. I noticed the grill. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the dangerous threat to democracy fascist guy. That's the guy who's gonna take away all your rights and bring America back to Jim Crow and slavery and such. How completely, utterly ridiculous. It all sounds the more exposure we get. The Trump cultural campaign continues. And this right here obviously is continued outreach towards the youth vote, which is going to play an important factor in the next election. You know, Democrats like to pretend that the youth vote is pretty much locked in for them at whatever the historic rate has been, simply because Kamala Harris is now the nominee. I guess a lot of the young voters haven't heard Kamala Harris's official position and opinion on young people and their opinions.
Remember, age is more than a chronological fact. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24?
They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
But anyways, the assumption is that they've got the youth vote in the bag. Well, Trump's not accepting that assumption and he's making a play for it, gunning for that youth vote. People tell you it's not possible, but I'm telling you, it's really all about enthusiasm and whether you can actually mobilize people to head to the polls. Kamala Harris is looking good in a lot of these push polls that are oversampling Democrats and undersampling independents, but if you really break down the data, well, slowly you start to see holes in their arguments. Like this latest Survey USA poll, for instance, that shows Kamala Harris making a +6 gain. She's now up +3, supposedly, in a general election. That's with likely voters surveyed from August 2nd to August 4th. It looks horrifying, but there's a margin of error to these things. There's a lot of undecided voters, and her +6, again, comes from that floor that Joe Biden wasn't able to maintain. Donald Trump's support here remains actually consistent. He was 45% in the last poll. Kamala Harris made gains, but she didn't pull from Trump's support. And there's actually some concerns if you look into the crosstabs, as this survey actually shows Donald Trump leading by 4 points with voters aged 18 to 34. So even the polls that Democrats are posting suggesting it's pretty much game over, even though there's 3 months left to campaign, are showing some very concerning numbers in the crosstabs. I mean, again, delving into this Survey USA poll, supposedly Donald Trump's pulling 19% of the black vote, where Kamala only gets 72. She's actually trailing in places where she's supposed to be performing quite admirably. She's not doing that well with voting groups that the Democrats are hoping to mobilize to the polls. Meanwhile, Trump's making huge plays. We all know that young men are trending conservative. Well, if young men are enthused to vote in the 2024 election and they start showing up and voting for Trump, that could have a serious impact. With Trump showing up on Adin Ross's show and doing other podcasts, I mean, recently he played a round of golf with Bryson DeChambeau in a fully recorded high-production YouTube video. That was 13 days ago and the video's got 10 million views. He's now breaking streaming records with Adin Ross, and Kamala Harris is doing nothing. Kamala Harris is getting chewed up on social media, and she's hiding in the basement, hoping her $300 million in ad spend targeting boomers is going to be enough to carry her over that line. It might. The polls are suggesting it's going to be a really close race, but I don't know. My personal opinion is that it's going to probably take a little bit more than that. It's going to take some actual showing up, some actual campaigning. Kamala Harris has essentially done none of that. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign has obviously found its stride, and the campaign is accelerating forward with serious momentum. I think that remains the case. I think that continues to be true. And so I guess game's on. Let's see if Kamala can keep up. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.